What's up, Vibe Check? This is Jesse here in Times Square, New York. I'm going to show you my studio, Penthouse Recording Studios. Let's check it out! All right, welcome to Penthouse Recording Studios. Thank you for coming. This is our lounge area. Let me show you Heaven's room. All right, this is our Heaven's room. Welcome. This is where the magic happens. This studio, 723 7th Avenue, has been one of the most legendary studio buildings in the world for over 7 decades. It's still the densest concentration of commercial studios in one building, and perhaps more hits were recorded here than any other studio building in the world. Artists like Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, Madonna, Notorious B.I.G., all of these people have graced this place with their presence. It seems that this place will be studios forever. When you rent a place like this, it's very important that the mix work you do goes home with you and doesn't sound different in every other room. This room is meant to be flat and accurate. So we totally gutted it. The ceiling is what's called a suspension ceiling. It's actually not attached to the walls. It's hanging from the structure of the building. It's kind of built in the old 70s style of compression ceilings. We cut the whole front corners off of this room. This whole front of the room is absorption. Obviously the focal point for the room are these massive Augsburger Duo 15s, 4 18-inch subs. It's just a lot of sound energy. And the acoustic idea is that when these massive Augsburger speakers are blasting, it goes past you, it hits the rear wall of refraction, and you get one big reflection past your ear, where it's then all sucked up and absorbed into the front. So a lot of time and energy and money went into designing this room acoustically. Any kind of scenario that walks in this room, it's very easy to adapt to it and cater to whatever kind of client is coming through the door. Preamp section, compressor section, really simple. If you need expanded inputs, we got the U80 8P over there. So that's all we have in terms of hardware, other than the S3 control surface. Some people like to get their hands on some faders, spill it out in front of them. If you want that feel, you can do that. Everything else is in the box. We have a slew of plugins. We love Antares and AutoTunes, and we got all the UAD stuff and all that, but after that we're talking about microphone collection and the live room. So let me take you over to the live room. All right. This is my favorite room in the space, our live room. We got about a 0.7 second decay time, if anybody cares. And I've been thinking about it. Everything getting so shrouded. And I've been in my quest to build the best sounding room in the area, one of the major construction points we did was shrink this glass by half. So this glass, it was the size of this whole wall, which aesthetically is really cool, acoustically is a major bummer. So we had to get rid of that, and that's what really tightened the room up. A lot of people wanted me to cut it up into sections. I refused. As a drummer, this room sounds so amazing, and there's fewer and fewer live rooms like this in the city as major, commercial studios close and smaller ones open. This is one of the last ones like this. And a lot of it is authentic to the 70s. I love this room. We've had, choirs up here. We recorded a lot of off-Broadway stuff, on-Broadway stuff, school trips, all kinds of stuff. You can fit comfortably about 40, 50 people in this room, and you can max it out at a lot more. So this is the last room with any semblance of that 70s vibe. It is for the sound, it is for the acoustics, but it's also somewhat of an homage to, the legends who came before us, and a reminder that we're in this legendary space that they built. I mean, the history in these walls. If these walls could talk, they'd call the cops. All right, welcome. This is our smaller B-room production suite, which we've nicknamed the Hendrix room with the blue vibes. Everything is pretty much in the box in this room. Right now we have a Scarlett ISA set up. This room would be for artists that are on a smaller budget who still want access to, our staff and hardware and producers. And a big part of the model of this type of studio is just having an amazing vibe where people feel inspired and can collaborate with like-minded professionals in a different environment than their home studio. We've cut thousands, probably tens of thousands of songs in this room over the years. All right, and that takes us to our full kitchen. This is a large part of our space. It's full size. So, works out well for events or large label lockouts where they're living up here and they want a space where they can have dinner or congregate. This is kind of an extension of the lounge, full kitchen setup. Welcome to the Rooftop at Penthouse Recording Studios. This is another big difference maker when you're booking at Penthouse. This is 1,000 square feet of our space, wraps around the whole thing. So great for events, parties, that kind of stuff, live performances, but also it's just a great place to catch a break. Sometimes when you're working so intently on being creative and trying to come up with hit music, it's nice to just get an escape, and without having to go down in Times Square, in the chaos and madness, you can kind of catch a nice moment up here among the skyscrapers. I'm a little jaded to the view, having been here 15 years, but the view is always changing. Times Square is always changing. Just a nice place to have a moment, You just need a moment sometimes. We amassed a production team over the years, building in New York and in the whole tri-state area, really, of engineers and producers and singer-songwriters and artists and everybody. So we offer their services as a service. We really are a full-staff production team, so when people call needing production, we have a large catalog of original music across really any genre to cater to them. It's part of the services we offer. In this industry, it's really devoid of a lot of mentors and older generation people kind of taking younger generations under their wing. I was lucky enough to find that, and so I tried to be an extension of that to the next generation of kids working here and trying to get their foot in the door, offering them a safe space to collaborate, work together, network, and grow. And if I had any advice for the next generation of kids, it would be to start young, start immediately, as soon as you can. I would just get an internship at a studio, at a label, and start, because you're going to immediately start building your network and your experience. There'll be a lot of failure along the way, and it's best to get that out of the way young so that you can invest in yourself in your prime areas of your 20s and 30s. That's my advice to the next generation. All right, guys, thank you for coming to Penthouse Recording Studios, but we got a huge artist coming through. We got to get back to work, so hit the bricks! Yeah.